What would you do if the very first teacher you ever had looked you in the eyes and told you you weren't smart enough, not capable enough, that you'd never amount to anything? Now, imagine carrying those words with you for 20 years until the day you finally get to look that teacher in the eye and prove her dead wrong. That's exactly what happened to me. And trust me, the payoff was so sweet, you'll be grinning by the end of this story. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you've ever had someone underestimate you, someone who told you that you couldn't do something, then this story is going to hit deep. Because today, I'm sharing how one cruel, ableist kindergarten teacher tried to crush me before I even had a chance, and how I got the most satisfying revenge 2 decades later. If you love justice served cold, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and stick around till the end, because this is one of those stories you'll never forget. The story starts in kindergarten, but not just any kindergarten experience. See, I didn't start talking until just a few months before school began. Imagine being a tiny kid, 5 years old, and the world already feels like it's miles ahead of you. Words get stuck on your tongue. You understand things, but you can't quite make people understand you. Before kindergarten, I'd been in a special education preschool where teachers worked with me patiently, guiding me slowly into communication. But when the big day came, my first year in real school, I walked in terrified but hopeful. My little backpack was nearly bigger than I was. My parents were nervous but proud. And then I met her, Mrs. S. Let me paint this picture. Mrs. S. was the kind of woman who wore a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. She had this pinched face, like she was always sucking on a lemon, and a tone of voice that could make you feel 2 inches tall. She wasn't just strict. She was dismissive, cold, and unfortunately for me, she decided on day 1 that I didn't belong. When the other kids gathered on the carpet to learn letters and numbers, Mrs. S. would slide a packet of coloring sheets across my desk. She'd plop down a tub of Play-Doh like I was in daycare. "Don't worry about that," she'd say with this syrupy, fake kindness. "You just do this. You're not ready for the real work." At first, I didn't fully understand. I thought maybe it was a treat. But then, day after day, the gap grew wider. My classmates learned to read small words. They counted beans and blocks. I sat alone, kneading clay, feeling smaller and smaller. And then came the words, the ones that seared into my little brain and never left. You can't do what the other kids can. You're just not as smart. You're incapable. Imagine being 5 years old and hearing that from the person who's supposed to encourage you. My cheeks would burn. My fists would clench under the table. But I was too young to fight back. All I could do was absorb it and start to resent her with every bone in my body. But then came the day that everything shifted. Career day. All the kids came dressed as doctors, firefighters, astronauts. And me? I want to be a teacher. Not just any teacher. A teacher who helped kids like me. My mom helped me put together a little outfit. Oversized glasses, a fake monocle I insisted on, and a proud smile on my face. When Mrs. S. saw me, she smirked. "And what are you supposed to be?" I looked her dead in the eyes, well, as dead as a 5-year-old can, and said, "I'm a teacher, but not like you. I'm going to be a teacher who helps everyone, no matter what." Her eyebrows shot up. For once, she didn't have a snappy reply. Just a weak, "Well, I hope you do." But inside, I felt a spark. That was the first time I realized I could prove her wrong. One day I would. After that year, my parents pulled me out of that school. Thank God. I went somewhere better. Teachers there saw me. They believed in me. And slowly I caught up. My words became sentences. My sentences became essays. And every I earned felt like a brick laid in the foundation of my revenge. Still, her voice haunted me. Whenever I struggled, whether it was with math homework in middle school or public speaking in high school, I'd hear it. "You're incapable." But instead of breaking me, it fueled me. I pushed harder, worked longer, and when college came around, I didn't just major in education. I double majored in general and special education. I wanted to be the teacher I never had, the teacher I needed. Fast forward nearly 20 years. I had just graduated, degree in hand, a job offer teaching K2 special education, signed, sealed, accepted. I was officially a teacher. And then I had a thought, a delicious, evil little thought. What if she was still there? What if Mrs. S hadn't retired? I picked up the phone, dialed my old elementary school, and held my breath. And guess what? She was still teaching. When they patched me through, my heart pounded like I was that little kid again, standing in her classroom with a tub of Play-Doh. Mrs. S. I asked when she answered. Yes, this is Mrs. S. This is my name. I was in your kindergarten class back in your... There was a pause. Then, shockingly, recognition. Oh my goodness. I remember you, she said, her voice suddenly warm. What a surprise. I took a deep breath. Well, I just wanted to let you know that I graduated. I got my degree in both general and special education, and I just accepted a position teaching K2 special edition. Her reaction? Pure delight. She laughed, clapped, practically squealed. Oh, honey, that's wonderful. I'm so glad you proved me wrong. And that's when I dropped it. The line I've been waiting 2 decades to say. I told you I could, you fucking bitch. And then, click, I hung up. The silence afterward was sweeter than any applause. I could practically picture her face, frozen in shock, maybe even shame. That was over a decade ago. And you know what? I'm still teaching, still proving her wrong, every single day. Here's the thing. Revenge doesn't always have to be loud or violent. Sometimes, the sweetest revenge is success. It's living the life they swore you never could. And when you finally get the chance to throw their own words back at them, it's like closing a chapter that haunted you for years. To anyone listening, if someone ever tells you that you're not capable, prove them wrong. Not for them, but for yourself. And when you succeed, trust me, the victory will taste even sweeter. So what do you think? Was this the ultimate long-game revenge? If this story gave you chills, smash that like button. And tell me in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge you've ever seen or lived through? I'd love to read your stories. And of course, don't forget to subscribe for more true, emotional revenge tales that remind us karma always comes around. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.